What would you say? I know we've talked about um, self-advocates being involved in community councils. Um, what do you think about what makes a good environment for self-advocates to participate?
Being feeling comfortable and being able to speak and being felt like you're being heard and not just there to speak and take up time and make other people look good.
So how should people go about doing that? What do you think would be helpful in preparing self-advocates for that?
If people can come up with like even a mock board meeting, and like instead of having a real meeting, have people read their positions and what they do, and maybe that will give a self-advocate a better understanding of what is on board and what they do on a board. And then when they are into committees, and then you can explain what a committee does and what kind of works are involved.
Do you think people know when they first come to a committee what is involved?
Not a clue. I know when I was first approached at being on a board, I was freaking out because I didn't know what to do. And you think of the boardroom of where all the big high up people are that know where the action is, know about things. And so it's a little daunting to self-advocates to get into that role, which I hope that one day I could see more self-advocates taking that kind of a leadership role.
You talked about doing a mock board meeting. Is there anything else you can think of that could help self-advocates or that other members of the committee could do?
I'm just a lot of talking and a lot of explaining and taking the time, the extra little time to make sure that self-advocates are comfortable and they know what's going on so there's no surprises.
So it's a good idea. Most people need to hear about something more than once to know how things work.
Especially in the self-advocate environment, I find for myself repetitive stuff helps. And just being able to take someone aside and just speak in a more of a plain language to understand and be able to grasp the important stuff.
So most of the time, in your experience on committees, is plain language used?
No, so a lot of the time I'm sitting at a board meeting and the meeting's up here and I'm about here. But I I try and get as comfortable as possible so I can be able to stop the meeting and ask what something means, or to be able to sit close by someone to whisper in their ear what that means.
So taking time and feeling like you can ask questions is a big part.
It's huge because self-advocates, we wanna be a part of it, and we want to give our guidance or our opinions. We don't want to be there just to make people look good or just to make people feel good. We want to be there to actually do things and make a real good change in lives.
If you had any advice for self-advocates who are interested in getting involved in committees, do you have anything you'd like to share with people who may be interested?
Not to be scared to get in there and ask the right questions and get the right support and make sure that you're comfortable in meetings.
What would you say is the right support in a meeting? You've mentioned having time and having plain language.
just knowing that it's okay that there's someone there to ask questions instead of thinking you're always going to interrupt somebody. You know that there's someone there for you to be able to explain certain words.
Maybe after the meeting, talk a little bit
And
about
yeah,
the
and yeah,
ideas.
to more of a debriefing, more of an in-depth, so self-advocate can talk about what they got out of the meeting, and then the support can talk about what they got out of the meeting. So I know a lot of the time that I miss a lot of stuff, so it's great having that support so we can talk after and we can compare notes and it can remind me what I forgot or yeah.
That's great, thank